Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 maths and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter linear functions. And the lessons we're going to cover today are slope, intercept, form, graph, and equation. Slope, intercept, form, write an equation from a graph. Slope, intercept, form, write an equation from a table. So let's just start with the first lesson. Here I am on grade 9 maths. The chapter is linear function. Let's just start with the lesson that is slope, intercept, form, graph, and equations. Okay, slope, intercept, form, graph, and equation. So let's just start with the lesson. So basically we're going to learn how do we graph an equation. So let's just start with the example. Graph this line using using the slope and y-intercept. We are given the equation that is y equals x plus 9. So we need to graph the equation. So we have, how do we graph the equation? Let's just compare this equation with the y equals, let me just write it down on the board. It is y equals x plus 9. So you have to compare this equation to the general form of the slope intercept form, that would be y equals mx plus v. So here you have, let's just compare the equation. Here you have m equals 1 and b equals 9. So b is the y-intercept. So you have the slope that is 1 and you have the y-intercept that is 9. So first of all, you have to plot this point on the graph. Y-intercept is 9, that means x is 0 and y is 9. Got it? So first of all, you have to plot the point 0, 9 on the graph. Here is the point 0, 9. Let's just plot this point 0, 9 on the graph. Here is the point 0, 9. Got it? Then you have the slope of the line is 1. So that means it would be 1 over 1. Got it? That means we need to move up point 1 and right 1. Got it? So just move from up 1 and right 1, it would be then here. Now connect these 2 points and make a line. That's how you can plot the line in slope intercept form. Got it? What you have to do, you just compare the equation with the general form of the equation, that is y equals mx plus b, and just compare. You have slope equal 1 and y-intercept equal 9. Just plot the y-intercept graph and then look at slope and plot the slope on the graph and then connect these 2 points and make a line. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the next example. The next example is y equals 1 over 8x plus 7. So the equation is y equals 1 over 8x plus 7. So you have to compare this equation with the general form of the slope intercept form, that would be y equals mx plus c. To just compare the equation, m equals 1 over 8 and b equals 7. Got it? So you have to be that the that is the y-intercept of the y-intercept, means that is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. So it would be x is 0 and y is 7. Let's just plot the point on the graph first. It is 0 and 7. So here is the point 0 and 7. The y-intercept is 7. So here is the point 0 and 7. Got it? Then you have the slope m equals 1 over 8. That means you have to move up and move right. You have to 1 over 8 means m equals, you have to move up 1 point and then move right 8 points. Got it? So it will be 1 over 8. So move up and right 1 from the slope. Here is the y-intercept. Move up 1 point and right 8 points. So it would be here. Just connect these 2 points and make a line. That's how we plot the graph of the line. Got it? Okay. The next one is y equals 5x plus 1. So the equation is y equals 5x plus 1. So it would be, you have to compare this equation to the general form of the slope intercept form. So the would be y equals mx plus. So just compare both these. That means m equals 5, that is the slope, m equals 5 and b equals 1. The b is y-intercept. Y-intercept means that is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. Got it? So at this point, x is 0 and y is 1. So first you have to plot this point on the graph. Just look at the, here you have, here is the y-intercept. Look at this point, x is 0 and y is 1. That is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. That's the y-intercept of the graph. Now you have to look at the slope. The slope of the graph is 5. It doesn't has any denominator. That means it has the denominator 1. So it would be m equals 5 over 1 means you have to move up 5 points and move right 1 point. Got it? This would be, numerator would be, you have to move up 5 points and then you have to move right 1 point. So you have to move from y-intercept. So here is the y-intercept. You have to move up 5 points, 1 2 3 4 5. That means now you are here, and then move right 1 point. So just connect these 2 points and make a line. Here you have, you need to move 5 up 5 points and then move right. So these, here is the points. Just connect these points and make a line. Got it? You need to connect the y-intercept and the slope of the line, and then you have to make a line. Got it? That's how we plot a graph when we are given with the equation of the graph. Got it? What we have to do, we have to compare the equation with the slope intercept form of the parabola, slope intercept form of the linear function. You have to plot the y-intercept on the graph first, then you have to plot the slope of the line on the graph, and you have to connect these 2 points and make a line. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, it would be y equals negative 7x plus 9. Okay, so the equation would be y equals negative 7x plus 9. So when you compare this equation with general form of the slope intercept form, it would be y equals mx plus b. So when you compare both the equations, you have m equals negative 7 and b equals 9. Got it? So that means you have slope equals negative 7 and you have b equals 9. So first of all, you have to look at the b. B is basically the y-intercept of the graph. Y-intercept means that is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. Got it? So b equals 9, that is the y-intercept, and it would be x is 0 and y is 9. Got it? So you have to plot the point. Here you have x is 0 and y is 9, that is the y-intercept. Now it would be, look at the slope, it would be negative 7 over 1. Negative 7 means you need to move down, because it is negative value. You need to move down 7 points and right 1 point. So from 9 you have to move down 1 2 3, like from 9 minus 7 is 2. Now you have to move down 7 points and right 1 point. You would be now here. This would be down 7 points and 1. You just have to connect these 2 points and make a line. So this is the point 0 and 9, and this is the point 9 minus 7. It would be x is 1 and y is 9 minus 7, it would be 1 and 2. Just connect these points and make a line. That's how you can plot the graph of the line. Got it? So basically you don't have the practice questions for this lesson. You can do the practice questions from your book. Got it? Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is slope intercept form. Write an equation from a graph. So you're given with a graph, you have to write down the equation from the graph. The lesson we just did is you are given with a graph, you have to write down the equation. Now we have to do the opposite. We are given with the graph, we have to write down the equation. So basically we need to do the same thing we just did. We have to look for the two things. One of the thing is you have to look at the y-intercept, and then you have to find the slope of the graph. And then by using these two things, you have to write down the equation from the graph. Got it? So let's just find the y-intercept first. Here is the equation we have to find the slope intercept form of the equation would be y equals mx plus b. So you have to find the same two things, the slope and the y-intercept. Got it? So you can find the slope using any 2 points on the graph. Let me just find 2 points here on the graph. We'll use these 2 points and find the, let's suppose here is the 1 point and here is the other point. You can use these 2 points and find the slope. So you can just have the coordinates. It would be x is 0 and y is negative 50, and here you have x is 40 and y is negative 60. So just use these 2 points and find the slope. So you can find the slope using the y equals change in y divided by change in x. It would be, the points are 0 negative 50 and 40 negative 60. So just use these 2 points and find the slope. It would be negative 60 minus negative 50 divided by 40 minus 0. Got it? So it would be negative 10 over 40. That means the slope of the graph is negative 1 over 4. Then you have to look for the y-intercept of the graph. So the y-intercept of the point graph is, that is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. It would be negative 50. Got it? So just put these 2 points back in the equation. It would be y equals negative 1 over 4x and plus negative 50. That means the equation of the graph is y equals negative 1 over 4x minus 50. Got it? So that means if you are given with the equation, you can plot the graph using the slope and the y-intercept. And the other thing is, if you are given with the equation, given with the graph, you can write down the equation, just find the slope of the graph and the y-intercept of the graph. Got it? Let's just start with the practice question. Okay, look at this graph. So you're given with a graph, you have to find the same two things, the y-intercept and the slope. Got it? So here is the y-intercept of the graph, but basically the y-intercept of the graph is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. So here it is. Got it? It is negative 9. X is 0 and y is negative 9. That is the y-intercept of the graph. Okay, then you can select any 2 points on the graph and you have to find the slope of the graph. So you just select these 2 points. You can select any. Okay, the coordinates for this one is 0, negative 9, and for this one is negative 4 and negative 8. So you just use these 2 points and find the slope. It would be m equals y2 minus y1 negative 8 minus negative 9 and divided by negative 4 minus 0. So it would be negative 8 minus minus plus 9 divided by negative 4. So 9 minus 8 is 1. It would be negative 1 over 4. That is the slope. You already have y-intercept. So the equation would be y equals negative 1 over 4x, and the slope y-intercept is negative 9. So it would be y equals negative 1 over 4x minus 9. Got it? The correct option is y equals negative 1 over 4x minus 9. Here is the correct option. Got it? The second one is the correct option. Okay, the next one, again, you have to do the same thing. Just find the two the y-intercept of the graph and just select any 2 points and find the slope of the graph. So here is the y-intercept of the graph. It would be at -3. So it would be 0 and -3. Just use any other point. It would be this one. This one. Uh, X is 7 and y is -2. Okay, let me just calculate the slope. It would be -2 minus -3 and divided by 7 minus 0. So it would be -2 plus 3 divided by 7. So 3 minus 2 is 1 over 7. That means the slope equals 1 over 7. And here is the b equals -3. So just equation would be y equals 1 over 7 x and minus 3. Got it? It would be y equals 1 over 7x minus 3. The correct option is y equals 1 by 7x minus 3. The second option is the correct one. Got it? Okay, the next one is, okay, just calculate the slope of the graph and the y-intercept of the graph. So the y-intercept of the graph would be -10. It would be 0, -10. And then I'm going to use this point. It would be 1 and -7. X is 1, y is -7. Okay, just calculate the slope. It would be -7 minus -10 and then 1 minus 0. So it would be -7 plus 10 and 1. So 10 minus 7 is 3 over 1. So it would be m equals 3. Got it? Then and here you have the y-intercept. So the equation would be y equals 3x minus 10. Got it? The equation of the graph is y equals 3x minus 10. It would be equation number 1, y equals 3x minus 10. Okay, the next one is look at this graph. What is the equation of the line in slope intercept form? You have to calculate the slope intercept form. So for the slope intercept form, you need to find two things, the slope and the intercept. Got it? So let's just look at the y-intercept. The y-intercept of the equation is -50. That is the y-intercept. It would be 0 and -50. And then you can use any other point and calculate the slope. Let's just select this point. It would be 80 and -40. Okay, let me just calculate slope. It would be -40 minus -50 and divided by 80 minus 0. So it would be -40 and plus 50 divided by 80. So 40 minus 50, 50 minus 40 is 10 over 80. It would be 1 over 8. Got it? So let's just put the points in the equation. It would be y equals 1 over 8x minus 50. That means the equation would be y equals 1 over 8x minus 50. Got it? The equation of the graph is y equals 1 over 8 minus 50. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one would be, okay, the y-intercept of the equation is -2. Here is the y-intercept and here is the other point I'm using. So it would be 0 and -2. And it doesn't matter if you use any other point other than y-intercept. Got it? You can use any 2 points on the graph. Okay, it would be -1 and 5. So it would be m equals 5 minus -2 divided by -1 minus 0. So it would be 5 plus 2 divided by -1. It would be 7 over -1. That means the slope of the equation is -7. So the equation would be y equals negative 7x, and here is the y-intercept, it would be minus 2. So it would be y equals negative 7x minus 2. Got it? The correct option is y equals negative 7x minus 2. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is slope intercept form. Write an equation from a table. Okay, now you are given with the tables. You have to find the table. You have to write down the equation from the table. Got it? You have to write down the same equation in the slope intercept form. So that means you just need two things, the slope and the y-intercept. So you have to calculate these two things from the table now. Let's just start with the first example. Right equation gives the which equation gives the rule of this table. So you are given the x and the f of x. You have to calculate the slope from the table, and then you have to calculate the y-intercept of the table. Got it? So how do you calculate the slope? You can use these any of the 2 points and calculate the slope. Got it? Like for the example I'm on is I'm using any 2 points. So let's suppose I am using the first point and the last point to find the slope. It would be y2 minus y1, 44 minus 11, and x2 minus x1, 4 minus 1. So 44 minus 11 is 33 divided by 3. So that means the slope of the graph is 11. Got it? And also you need to find the also we need to find the y-intercept of the graph. So you can select any point because now we have the graph that is 11. You can use the slope and any point from the table and you can find the y-intercept. So slope is 11. Let's suppose I'm using 3 and 31. So x is 3, y is 33. 33 equals 11 times 3 and plus b. So it would be 33 and 11 times 3 is 33. Move 33 to the other side, it would be 33 minus 33 equals b. So 33 minus 33 is 0. That means the slope of the equation would be, sorry, the y-intercept of the equation would be 0. So that equation is y equals 11x. Got it? So the correct option is y f of x equals 11x is the correct option. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, the next one is which equation give the rules for the table. So you are given with the table. You have to calculate, you have to find the equation. So you can do the same thing. You have to find the slope and the y-intercept like we just did for the last question. Got it? So you can use any 2 points and find the slope. So I'm using the first and second point. It would be 46 minus 45 divided by 2 minus 1. So 46 minus 45 is 1 over 1. That means the slope of the graph is 1. Now you can use the slope and any point from the table and calculate the value of the b. It would be y equals mx plus b. Okay, let's suppose I'm using the last one. Y is 48, m is 1, x is 4 plus b. So it would be 4 times 1 is 4. Move 4 other side, it would be 48 minus 4 equals b. That would be 48 minus 4 is 44. That means the point b equals 44. So then the equation would be y equals 1x and plus 44. Got it? So the last option, option D, is the correct one. Got it? So the correct option is f of x equals x plus 44. Okay, fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gives the rule for the this table. You have to calculate the rule for the table. Got it? So it would be, you can just calculate. You can see here the point is x is 0, y is 0. So basically when y is 0, that means the slope of the y-intercept of the graph would be 0. Got it? And also you can calculate the slope. It would be 8 minus 0 divided by 1 minus 0. It would be 8 over 1, and that equals 8. So that means the slope of the graph is 8. So you have the y-intercept 0, so it would be y equals 8x. The equation of the graph is y equals 8x. Got it? Okay, the next one is, just calculate the slope. X is 0, y is 27, and just calculate the slope and y-intercept. So I'm going to use these 2 points to calculate the slope. It would be m equals 28 minus 27 divided by 1 minus 0. So 28 minus 27 is 1. It would be 1 over 1. That means the slope of the graph is 1. Now you can use any of the 2 points and calculate the y-intercept. I'm using the first point, x is 0. It would be 27 equals m1 times 0 plus b. So it would be 27 equals b. That means the y-intercept would be 27. So the equation would be y equals 1xn plus 27. Got it? So that would be option number C is the correct option. Got it? It is y equals x plus 27. Option number C is the correct option. Okay, fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gives the rule for this table. Okay, so you have to calculate the slope. It would be m equals, you can use any 2 points. So I'm using these 2 points. It would be 20 minus 19 and 1 minus 0. It would be 1 over 1. That means the slope of the graph is 1. Then you have to calculate the y-intercept of the graph. So just use any point and slope and calculate the y-intercept. It would be 20 equals 1 times 1 plus b. It would be 20 equals 1 plus b. Move b one other side. It would be 20 minus 1, and that would be 19. So b equals 19. The correct option is y equals x plus 19. It would be y equals x plus 19. Okay, the next one is, which equation gives the rule for this table? Okay, just calculate the slope and the y-intercept. So slope would be 22 minus 11 and 2 minus 1. 22 minus 11 is 11 over 1. That means the slope of the graph is 11. And you have to calculate the y-intercept. It would be y equals mx plus b. You can use any point. So it would be 44 equals 11 times x is 4 and plus b. So it would be 44 equals 44 plus b. So it would be b equals 44 minus 44. That means b equals 0. Got it? So the slope y-intercept of this graph is 0. Of this equation is 0. So y equals 11x plus 0. That means y equals 11x. Got it? So the correct option is y equals 11x. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is which equation gives the rule of this table. So you have to calculate the rule of in the equation. It would be y equals, let's just calculate the slope first. It would be m equals, you can use any 2 points. I'm going to use third and second and third. It would be 30 minus 20 divided by 3 minus 2. So 30 minus 20 is 10 and 3 minus 2 is 1. So it would be 10. And you have to use the slope and any point and calculate the y-intercept. It would be y equals mx plus b. So here is the slope. I'm going to use this point. Y equals 40. 10 times 4 plus b. The y-intercept is 0. 40 minus 40 is 0. That means the y-intercept of the equation would be 0. So the equation of the graph is y equals 10x. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. It would be y equals 10x. Equation number, option number A is the correct option. Okay, the next one is fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gives the rule of this table. Okay, so let's just start with, you have to calculate the slope and the y-intercept. Got it? So you can just calculate the slope using these 2 points. It would be m equals 48 minus 47 divided by 2 minus 1. So it would be 48 minus 47 is 1 and 2 minus 1 is 1. So the slope would be 1. Then you have to calculate the y-intercept. It would be y equals mx plus b. You can use the any points. So it would be you can use any point. So let's just use this one. Y equals 50 equals 4 times 1 plus b. So it would be 50 equals 4 plus b. You have to move b 4 other side. It would be 50 minus 4. That means b equals 46. So the equation would be y equals 1x plus 46. Got it? So the correct option is y equals 1x plus 46. That means option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is you have to calculate the slope. It would be y equals 4 minus 2, m equals 4 minus 2 divided by 2 minus 1. It would be 2 over 1. That means it would be 2. And then you have to calculate the y-intercept. So it would be y equals mx plus b. So you can use any point. It would be 8 equals 2 times 4 plus b. It would be 8 minus 8 equal b. That means the b is 0. So it would be y equals 2x. Got it? The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. It would be y equals 2x. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 10 maths. The chapter we were working on is the linear function. We were working on the chapter linear function. You can find the chapter linear function on grade 9 aplusstudents.com grade 9 maths. So the lessons we have covered today are slope intercept from graph and equation, slope intercept form write an equation from a graph, and slope intercept form write an equation from a table. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.